Welcome to Ask the Consul, and we have two consular officers here this morning ready to give you information. At this time, let me know, welcome to the program, George Cordova and Sharon Davies. How are you all doing?
We're great.
Fantastic, Vernon. Thanks for having us today.
George, I nearly say Jorge.
George is good. George is good. Yeah, George is good.
Spanish?
Yes.
Okay, I figured as much, yes.
Absolutely, yes.
So how would you pronounce that in Spanish?
Jorge.
Oh, so I was too often. You see, that little Spanishness. I know a little so it's Jorge Cordova. And Sharon Davies.
Hi, Vernon.
Who's here for the first time? No,
yes, both been on before.
Oh, so you're ready to take over my program. I cannot hold my hands and let you guys just take over the program. Now, what's been happening? I passed by the embassy, I think it was last week, and I still see quite a number of persons there, and I said to myself, where are those long lines? I'm sure that the embassy hasn't done anything for us to have those long lines, but you continue to have those long lines. But I tell you what, we're going to speak more about that later on in the program. We have Christopher on the line, so let's go and hear what Christopher has to say. Good morning, Christopher. How are you doing?
Good morning.
And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Jamaica, man.
You don't want to talk. You don't want a girlfriend know where you're calling from. Is that right?
I'm calling from Port Mona.
Well, Mona, good to have you. You go right ahead. No, the whole world know you're in Mona. No, so sorry for you. You have to give the girlfriend a good story.
All right. I'll make it quite and simple.
Yes.
My wife has a visa. My son has a visa. But I have an aunt in Florida that is ill. I've never had a visa. Right? But I have a filing pending 2 years now. So I'm just asking the council if it's still possible that I could go and ask for a visa. Temporarily, maybe a 1 inch, I don't know. I'm just asking.
All right, Christopher, thanks for your call, and that's a great question. So a couple of things. One thing that the consular officers do look at many times is a good history of family travel. So definitely, if your spouse and child have had a history of good travel to the U.S., that will help you.
Yes, sir. They have. She will always go for 2 weeks and come back. Not a day past.
He's just answering,
Right.
Sorry.
That's great on your behalf. As far as having an immigrant filing, that doesn't necessarily preclude you from getting a tourist visa. It's something that the consular officer will be aware of when you interview, but certainly we have had many cases like that in the past. I'm not saying I'm going to guarantee you're going to get a visa because I don't know all the particulars of your case. However, I would not think, I don't want you to believe that having that immigrant petition pending is necessarily harmful to your case at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay, good luck.
All right, thanks for calling, and you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Mr. Darby. You too.
And I know you're going to get through, Don't just make sure you call me and tell me, Right? So you make sure you call me and you go there. What you must go with? There's something that you must go with. You know what you must go with?
Faith.
The what?
Faith.
Faith? No, there's something else. There's one document that you must carry with you.
The marriage certificate?
No. It's called the document of truth.
Oh, naturally, man. Naturally.
You see, you didn't know I'm going to meet you. All right, so you just make sure you walk with that document. If you leave that document, I can tell you will be in trouble. All right?
No problem.
So have a wonderful day. All the best.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Okay, so we have two consular officers here to take your questions. We have George Cordova and also Sharon Davies. So if you call us right now, they'll be ready to answer your questions. Now, we're just talking about the long lines in Ligonier, right? Where your embassy is. Why are we still having those long lines?
Well, business continues as usual. People want to travel to the U.S.
And of course, I know you're going to tell me you want to have you want visitors. You're not telling me.
We do. We want to facilitate legitimate travel. We just encourage people to respect your appointment times. You don't need to arrive early. You just need to arrive at the time of your appointment. So that might help to shorten the lines.
But I wonder why, I still can't understand why persons come, they arrive so early. Is it that probably they're just a little bit too anxious or what? I wonder.
I don't know, Vernon. When I travel, I always end up going to showing up at the airport at least 2 hours prior. Some people may say that's too cautious.
But then that's a requirement. If you go later, you might be in trouble.
Although I see plenty of people getting there just before the flight, and they're sitting right next to me on the plane. But I think some people are cautious. Maybe they're traveling from quite far away, and they want to make sure that there's no delays in their travel. So we understand that. But we do like to remind people they don't need to be there any earlier than their appointment time. And if they can avoid it, they should try to get there at that appointment time.
Right. Why go there early and sit in that sun? It's boiling sun. No, man, just go in time and you will be quite okay. Go inside and it's nice and cool inside. And we have a caller online now. Let's see who we have online. I think we have Donna. Donna, how are you doing?
I'm not bad. How are you doing?
Not bad. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Negril.
Negril. Listen, I should be down there. I should be in Negril and you be in Kingston, man.
Okay, we can do an exchange.
All right. You go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. They're listening. Go ahead.
Okay, morning to your panel.
Good morning, Donna.
Just a quick question. I had applied for a visa. It was a renewal. I was approved, but then I had to wait 2 months for them to tell me that I was disqualified again. So I don't know what went wrong. But my question is really, how long can I reapply after administrative processing is done?
Okay, good morning, Donna. I was in Negril last week, so
you were?
I'd be happy to exchange places with you.
Oh, yes.
Thanks for calling. So you said you applied for a renewal?
Right.
And your process was there was administrative processing required?
No, at the time of the interview, I was told that I was approved because I was given the white paper. But then each time I called the DHL, they said they had nothing. I called the number that was given to me on the paper, and they said the book, my passport was still at the embassy.
Okay.
2 months after, I got a call, say I should come in for a second interview. But actually, it was not an interview. The consul just handed me my book and said she had made a mistake. So I just went home from then. Okay.
Well, without getting too much further into the details of your case, your question was, when can you reapply? Mm-hmm. Okay. What we have on our website information about how to apply for the visa. I would advise you to. I don't know how recent it was when you applied, but you'll want to recall the slip that you were giving. We do advise people to wait at least a year to reapply, because you want to, when you come back, you want to get the visa. You spend money on this, so you want to be sure that you're able to make a case that shows you have established ties here in Jamaica, and that you would use the visa properly in the future. As I said, I don't want to get into the details of your case and why you were denied, but the website for applying for a visa is usvisa-info.com, and there's also a space on there with frequently asked questions that may help you navigate this process.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for your call, and you take care.
Okay. You too. Have a good day.
Hey, you have a wonderful day. Don't forget. Have you forgotten?
No, I haven't.
You're supposed to come to Kingston. I'll take over your place in Negril. So I can come and relax.
Okay.
All right. Keep in touch, you see. All the best then.
Bye-bye.
Right. George.
Yes, sir.
Should I say, Jorge. Jorge. Yes, I cannot understand. We have said many times on this program, and you have advised our listeners to not go too early to the embassy. You have an appointment, say, for example, 10 o'clock tomorrow. What time should they turn up at the embassy?
10 o'clock.
I thought you were going to say 5 minutes to 10 or something like that.
10 o'clock is good. By the way, Vernon, we also have, once they go through the initial security, we do have a place for them to sit, and there's a concession stand, and it's a shady place. So we do our best to accommodate.
And it's cool inside.
And inside it's nice and cold.
So you need to help me. So why would somebody leave leave their home from very, very early, go to the embassy and wait outside for an hour or so in that heat, where you can go inside, just go at the right time and go inside and enjoy that cool atmosphere. No, I don't understand that at all. So we will keep on reminding our listeners, and I'm sure the embassy staffers are going to do the same thing, to keep on reminding them that there's no need to come to the embassy that early.
Absolutely. We want to make the process as comfortable as possible for them, and the best approach is to get there right on time or a couple minutes before. That will be their best bet.
Right. So, anything coming up as far as embassy is concerned? Anything?
We did want to remind folks,
Yes.
if you're traveling anytime soon to the U.S., a couple of things going on in the U.S. in the next few weeks. One, it's back to school in the United States, just like it is here in Jamaica.
Yes.
So that means more traffic and a lot of kids going on all over the place. Also, it's Labor Day, the first Monday of September, which is a national holiday in the United States.
Okay, now hold on. If that's a holiday, that means that the embassy will be closed?
That is correct. We will be closed on Monday, the first Monday in September, which I don't have a calendar with me here, but it's, I think,
September 7th.
I think the 7th, correct.
That's very important. So, in any case, you shouldn't just go to the embassy like that. You should make an appointment before.
Correct, yes.
Right.
As far as visas, you definitely need an appointment before coming, unless you've already come and you've been asked to return with documents. Some people are given a slip at that point to return at a certain date and time, but otherwise you do need an appointment to gain entry into the embassy.
Labor Day. I don't know what is Labor Day. We have a Labor Day in Jamaica. I don't know if it's similar to Jamaica here, Labor Day. But
so it's similar to the Labor Day that's celebrated in many countries on May 1st. It's a workers' day off. I believe it comes from maybe the 1930s.
Right.
So it's also a very nice shopping day.
Well, that's what we all use holidays for.
So be aware, if you're going to the U.S. Looking for shopping deals, this would not be a bad time to be there. So.
And Jamaicans, Sharon, you should know the ladies love to shop, right? They spend the money for the gentlemen. So, and Jamaicans love to go up to the United States and to shop. So that's a good day to shop.
It's a great time to shop.
A lot of specials, a lot of sales, yeah.
Well, there you have it. That Labor Day, which will be the first Monday in September, the embassy in Jamaica will be closed. Well, embassy worldwide, I think, will be
correct.
Right,
worldwide.
All right, so just keep that in mind. Make a note of that. Now, let's go to another caller. We have Crystal. Good morning, Crystal. How are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm fine, Principal Darby. I'm calling from Kingston.
You give me position now. You pay me?
I gave you from up to the year, I gave you the principal position because you taught me something and I've learned. Good morning to your guest.
Yeah.
Good morning,
Crystal.
My reason for calling, I want to say thanks to the embassy for giving me my visa, and I've been to your country and back.
Great. We're happy to hear that.
Now you have.
I called.
Now I'm going to fast in your business. Now you're going to tell me where you went and you enjoy yourself.
All right, but before I do all of that, I called your program, the immigration lawyers, up in early in the year, and then I called this program another time, and the council did advise me on what to do because I'm being filed for, but they say go try, and I did try, and I got my visa, and I've been to your country. So I've been to Washington, to the capital city on tour. I've been to Bronx, New York. I've been to Brooklyn. I've been to New Jersey. I've been to Manhattan. I've been all around. And thanks very much.
Well, you just... We'll have to invite you on the program, Traveling the World, so you can tell us about all those cities that you have visited.
Yes.
No, you probably could tell our listeners, right? No, you went to Washington, right?
Yes, I've been to Washington.
Tell me one very interesting place that you visited in Washington.
Yes, I took the mega bus and I drove all that way from New York to Washington. Wow. And my brother, who lives in Washington, took us on tour down to the capital. I've walked all around the capital. I'm taking pictures and all around.
A number of us will understand that when we go to the States, many of us just go to probably Miami or to New York. And we don't realize we can jump on the bus or the train and we can go to other cities. There's so much to see.
And I do love the subway. I love the transportation and the subways. I like it. The new experience that I've gotten, I like it very much,
Oh, by the way, You have been filed for, right?
Yes.
So you know what that means. You have gone to the States, you have seen a bit, so it's nice to go back again and you learn more. So by the time you're ready to go and live there,
I'm used to there.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that's
thank you very much, guys. I'm just going to say thank you because I was being told a lot of things that it wouldn't have worked, because we are being filed for and so on and so forth. But the person did say go try.
Right.
And I did try, and I'm now I'm the holder of a visa where I can go travel, and it was interesting, and I just want to say thank you.
And we value that,
That, man.
We call to say thanks, man. That is a big thing. We really appreciate that.
I know that.
And encouragement in labor.
Yeah. So I'm just saying this to other people that sometimes what you hear is not exactly how it goes. Just to try.
Thank you, Crystal,
and Mr. Principal.
Thank you very much for the.
All right. You have a wonderful day. Yes.
Right,
and I think that has a lot. That has some relevance to what Christopher called originally.
Yes.
She had a filing and was able to get a tourist visa, so it's a good example of what we were talking about earlier.
Because many Jamaicans believe that if you're being filed for, then you cannot get a visitor's visa. I don't know where this. Should I call it a rumor? Where is it coming from?
Well, certainly part of getting a visitor's visa is establishing that you have ties in Jamaica, right, and that you're going to be returning to Jamaica. So having a tie in the United States, people may perceive that to be, by default, something that's negative, but it's not necessarily negative.
Right.
The important thing is to prove that you do have ties here in Jamaica and that it's legitimate travel.
Right. All right, we have Stacy on the line, so let's now go to Stacy. Good morning, Stacy. How are you? And where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Hanover.
So, hold it. Is your name what? Let me see now. Dear?
No, it's not. It's my first calling on your program.
Yes, because I know in Hanover they have quite a number of persons in that parish with animal surnames. Very interesting.
Oh, no.
Yes, and a principal there, his name was Hogg.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yes, you're correct.
Yeah, man. All right, you go ahead.
Yes, good morning. I have a question regarding I am currently divorced and remarried. The visa is in my first name, the married name that I had first. So now I have been remarried. It was up, and I had to change it. So my visa is in my married name, my divorce name, and my passport is in my married name. My question is, can I travel in that way?
Oh, hi, Stacy. Thanks for your question. Well, now that you've changed your legal name, you would have to reapply to have the visa issued in your current legal name, just to be consistent.
I could not travel like that?
No, because that's no longer your legal name, and your travel documents have to accurately reflect your legal name, that you're using.
Oh, wow.
When was the visa issued?
I think it was in 2006.
Okay.
Let me tell you. I think it was in 2000.
It's time to renew anyway. So
it's going to be
So you're able to apply. Although you still have approximately a year left of validity on the visa, you can apply to renew it earlier instead of waiting until 2016 when it actually expires. It's a convenient time to do it now that your name has legally changed.
Okay, so I'm due to travel 15 next month. Do you think that's going to be?
We talked about the long lines. There's a high demand for visas, but the best bet is to go to our website, usvisa-info.com, and try to set an appointment. I can't assure you how soon you'll be able to get in, but if you visit the website, you should see what options there are. Okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. You take care.
Thank you very much for calling, and I hope things work out for you. All the best to hear. Somebody said to me during the break, they are almost sure somebody's going to ask, or somebody's going to try and Google and find the document of truth. Can you imagine somebody going to Google that and to carry that document with their no listers? You know, it's Vernon. That's the way I do things sometimes. No, but I go on Google, go and check Google for that document. That truth has to be in your heart and in your mind, and you speak it as is. Well, we have with us Consular Officers George Cordova and Sharon Davies. And one question that persons normally ask, is that if you go to the embassy and you're speaking to a consular officer, they probably ask you how long you intend to stay in the United States. I don't know, persons just feel like they should give a time. There's a good time, but I still say just speak the truth. Now, what did you say to persons?
Vernon.
Yeah. Speak the truth.
The truth is always the right route to take.
Okay, so to have an idea, to say 2 weeks or 4 weeks or so, is just going to tell the truth. All right.
I mean, yeah. For example, if you've got a grandmother who's going to go see her grandchildren, we know she's going to be there for more than 2 weeks. We know she wants to enjoy her family for longer than that. So it's perfectly normal for people to say, no, I'm staying 2 months, 3 months. The truth will always get you the best response.
But if you say 2 weeks, when you're going to stay with your sick grandmother, and you're going to stay 1 month, then we know that you're misleading the officers. And that's not good at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you begin to question then the other things that you're being told during the interview. So it's kind of a gateway to more questions.
Speak the truth.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have Michael. Okay, let me just take the call. We'll come back to you after. Michael, how are you?
I'm very good.
Good to have you, my brother. And where are you calling from?
Well, I'm calling from in St. Catherine here, around Bagua Gorge right now.
Okay. I hope you're not driving and talking to me at the same time, I don't want to report an accident live on this radio, so I'm going to ask you to stop. Yes, I hear the wind blowing. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to ask you please to just make a quick stop. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead now.
Okay, I have a problem, right? My brother filed for us, but the law changed in which my grandmother adopt my brother. So when they adopt and they get my grandmother name. So they get my grandmother name now. They did file for me before the law changed, but after the filing come through, they go to the embassy, then tell them, oh, my brother is now my uncle. The law changed, the law changed, right? So he's now my uncle, so they say he cannot file for us. When the filing come through, when they call us to come to the embassy. But 3 of my brother go up there and get turned down. I never go up there because I'm not going to waste my money. Because if they get turned down, I'm going to get turned down. I applied for a visa, right? The company even sent me up there. They want to send me to the States for training. But when I go up there, they turn me down. Say, oh, you're on filing. What can I do to close the case about my filing thing?
You want to take that one, George? Or?
Well, Michael, thanks for the question. So you're saying that the brother that petitioned for you eventually, I'm not sure how the status of him not being your brother anymore.
He said he was adopted by
my grandmother.
His grandmother.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to defer that question because it's a little bit complicated. I don't want to get into the details of his case in particular. Mm-hmm. I will ask you to send us an email, and I'm going to read you an email address so we can look into your case a little bit more in detail specifically. Let me read that email out to you out loud, which is Kingston IV.
Oh, just a second.
Sure.
I'll talk, so I just want to write it down. I said Kingston ID.
Right. Kingston, I like India, V like Victor, at state.gov. That's STATE.gov. Yeah.
Kingston IV.
Correct.
At
state. That would be STATE.gov.
STAGE?
STAT like Thomas E, like Edward, like the state.
Okay.
.gov, right?
.gov. That's where this is a little bit more of a complex question. That's where we'll be able to look at your case specifically and provide you some direction regarding your question. And
probably what he could do, should mention that he had called this program, so you can probably...
Please feel free to do so, and I'll be one of the officers on the IV desk, and I'll make sure we get you a timely response.
Okay. I have a number that I can reach, or you want to give me that number after
no, it's giving an email address. You send an email to that email address, all right? And just simply state that you spoke to the officer on this program, all right?
Okay.
No, you can get back in your car and...
I'm in the car, man. I'm in the car. That's parked and listening.
Good. All right, so... Right. And you can let me know how it goes, all right?
Okay, then.
All the best. You have a wonderful day. Let's now go to another caller. Taylor, how are you?
I'm fine, and yourself, sir?
Yeah, man. Boy, fighting a good fight, man. You don't give up, You keep on fighting.
Yes, the only time we can't fight is when we're 6 foot under.
No, because don't can't fight.
No, as long as we have life, there is hope,
Exactly.
But my question is, I'm a green card holder, and I traveled a couple of times, but most of the time I just came back home. I've been here almost 6 to 8 months now, and I would like to go back up in September. Would there be a problem if I go back up? Because I'm conducting some business here so far.
Right. All right, Taylor, thanks for your question. So a green card holder, in essence, means you're a legal permanent resident of the United States.
Yes.
So the expectation is that you're living in the U.S. the majority of the time.
Yes.
That being said, we understand sometimes people do have to take care of family business. So definitely, we do recommend you do return to the United States at least once a year. You should have no problem re-entering the United States. When was the last time you were in the U.S.? Let me ask you.
Last September.
Yeah, you should return as soon as possible, actually.
I'm planning to go back up in September coming next month.
Right.
And another question I would like to ask. Is it possible that I could trade my green card for like a visa if I wish not to live there?
There is a process in which legal permanent residents may surrender their residency here at the embassy and simultaneously apply for a tourist visa. We do take those cases on a daily basis. Typically, it's a pretty smooth process, assuming everything else in your case is okay. So yeah, this is a very common occurrence that people do decide to move back home to Jamaica, but they do still have family and friends in the U.S. they want to visit, but they want to reside permanently here. So you would surrender your green card, and then we would interview you for a tourist visa.
But George, should he assume that because he had a green card or we call it a residential status before, some of us might assume because we had that green card before that we will now automatically get a visitor's visa?
Yes, that's what I'm figuring. If it would be automatic.
Well, it's not. So I'll be perfectly honest with you. All the cases that I've handled, it has been a relatively smooth and process because obviously we know they don't want to immigrate to the U.S. They've already have status, so that overcomes the main barrier.
Okay.
So I think in that sense you'd be okay, but obviously there's other things to consider. There's and I'm not saying this applies to you at all, Taylor, but whether the person has committed a crime or any other ineligibilities that may have occurred in the meantime. So it's not automatic in that sense, but typically it is a very smooth and seamless process.
This is the way I would look at it. If I'm a green card holder and I wish to stay here and just visit the States, I have no reason to run off. Understand? Because I'm a permanent resident and I choose to give that up.
Yeah, but you have to make a decision. Even the whole idea of giving up your visa, you have to make that decision. You have to decide for yourself as to what is best for you, and it's something that you must probably sit down and think about as to whether or not you should do that. So that's a decision that you have to make.
And if your decision is you're going to spend the majority of your time in Jamaica, then certainly this is your true country of residence.
Okay. So I just have to go to the embassy and inquire about that.
You would make an appointment for your tourist visa, and at the same time you can surrender your green card. You can do it all. You have to apply online as if you're applying for your tourist visa, and once you arrive at the embassy, then at the same time you can say, I want to surrender my green card.
Okay, sir. Okay. All the best, and have a wonderful day. All good things must come to an end. I want to thank you very much, George Cordova. I know that I have to call it in the Spanish pronunciation, right? Jorge Cordova. I got it right?
Yes.
And thank you very much, Sharon Davis, for being here with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Look forward to have you again. You guys are now professional broadcasters. Is your second? I think it's your second time being here.
Second time.
Second time, yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to more. Definitely, absolutely.
Okay, all the best. Okay, all the best. Okay, all the best. Okay, all the best.